Like I said, you just can't make this up. I'm like, oh, Jesus, I'm telling you, Jesus, you have to come back. We love you. Okay? You did not die for our sins. You died for us to have doors to heaven. Okay? Enough with these witches. You motherfucking niggers are witches. That's what you are. You chose to come here and fucking murder our Christianity. You chose to come here and murder our children. So, I don't lie. You know, what I do is I transfer their Bibles, right? Because, again, when you open up this Bible, what do you think you see? Because the fact that that fucking says 2000, right? And then you put the dates in there and you're like, what comes next, April? Well, let's just add it up here. The next thing that comes next is 2001. And that would be the Clinton Township and Sterling Heights Police Departments, their memorials, right? So, again, that's what I talk about, how they branded our memorials. And so just because, Iraq war and our Americans joined together for the protection of, Christianity, for peace, for freedom, no. They're hunting our veterans. You have to remember, these people over here that are on our bricks, that are on our 250 years, 350 years, right? So, they're on these stories, right, of how they stole America. So, how they stole our salt, our copper, our uranium, now, and then our water. So, again, these companies right here, 2,000. 2,000. And then, like I said, he's over there in Nigeria. So when we're sitting there talking about how Governor Wilmore and fucking Mark Hackel is like, no, we bring in these millions of dollars. Again, they're robbing Lake Huron. That's not bringing in shit. Who pays the price for the fucking storms that come off Lake Huron? Right? You do. The people do. You won't hear about it in their Bibles. You got to remember, their Bibles say Germany. Get the fuck out of here, bitches. Your clans. So I'm just so sick of it, because between the crackers and the niggers, right? That's the niggers, but they're mixed with the crackers, and then again they got all those stupid stories, and what it ends up being, dead. That's what's happening with our veterans, with our black Americans, so with our Arab Americans, right? That's because they're Jews. You have to remember, these bitches are supposedly Jews, right? They are worse than the niggers. I'm telling you, because they're the ones who got the money. So they're the ones robbing the most with the money. The niggers end up being slaves, okay? That's what they are. They are the slaves. They are the future military, right? Like, why the fuck would we want these, right? Again, they're a sleazy-ass business, and they're all the way out there in Clinton Township, too. Why is that? Because, like I said, that's the reason why I went over there and put the candles up into St. Michael's. Because, again, all these builders and like him, right? He's down there on 23, right across the street from Nigeria. 2,000, okay? What the fuck happened to the thousands of soldiers who died, who went over to Iraq, who came back, no wives, because they're all fucked up in the damn, men, women, all fucked in the head because they were poisoned by Saddam Hussein. What happened to these military families? Nothing. They've been horribly victimized here in America. So in Michigan. Why? Because, again, these colonizers own our military. That is their army. We're going to put more money into tanks. Michigan University, you're fucking killers. All right, you are killers. So, again, of course they're going to put money into tanks, right? They love murdering. So that's what they were doing in 9/11. So after 9/11, these same traitors who got apartments up there now it's up there, a bunch of nasty asses. I denounce you, Satan. I denounce you, Satan. It's just like, we have so many elders in Romeo, right? And it's a very old town, right? And I would just love to keep it old. Right, so it's nothing wrong. We're getting some new businesses and stuff like that. But again, these traitors, Patton way, go fuck you. Let me introduce you to George Patton. You know who that is, niggers? You know who George Patton is? Because he's down over there at my grandfather's house with, President George Armstrong Custer. Yeah, niggers! You fucking killed out our fucking damn soldiers. That's our army here. Goes all the way back to, like, niggers, basically. You know what I'm saying? Real evil ones, too. Like Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia goes back decades here. So, again, that Lorenzo represents Saudi Arabia. What the fuck? They are Christian killers. So, of course, you see churches. They're empty. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, I don't mean to, like, that's why it's like, I need to be out. So I don't bleed what these people bleed. They don't have a problem. They think of rapture. They really, like, that's what that Lutheran church is thinking. Rapture. I'm like, it's called flood. Wake the fuck up. Everywhere it floods here. They don't bring us police. They don't bring us, they got a small, right over there, they got a tiny little one. And so that was where I was studying that Heritage Build Another 22 Romeo Plank, right? When I was trying to understand the connection. Like the Lutherans, now I understand because it's St. John. I kept calling it the First Baptist, but it's St. John. Right? I think the First Baptist is St. John because of St. John Vinny's, St. John's Orthodox. Like, it's like, and then she told me, the one lady, I'm going to listen to her. She said that, she's like, she looked it up for me. The one I was talking to her about, I believe in, fuck you, AT&T. You're Nazis. Again, how many more military are going to pay the fucking price and their families so you Nazis can have your businesses that are equaling to a database center here? You are Nazis, okay? Because, again, you might be niggers and Nazis, but, again, you're Nazis. Because it all goes down to we're fighting that's why they lock us into that Hitler war. So that concept, like, we're not going into World War V, like, we're not coming out of World War IV. You don't realize how many soldiers and their families and their children died because of these, these antichrists here. That they get to create this trinity of closed loopholes, right? So they're supposed to be Christian churches, but they're not. Okay, they're supposed to be Catholic. Like I told you, I studied the Catholic. The reason why I studied Catholic, because they marked me. They marked me as a baby. I know that these clans are marking babies. With what? Fucking Islam. You have no right to bring me with Islam. But they do. Because they all bleed this thing, for that money, right? They bring us, businesses like restaurants, right? And then they bring us businesses like factories, all kinds of them. So why? So they can fucking damn suck off Lake Huron. So that's what makes Simcoe so evil. And they do have a big old transformer station down here. See, they own everything. They already own this town. They already wired it. So here they keep these old-ass fire hydrants. God knows if any of this shit works. Again, right here is the other door, too. So this was not attached. This was attached to, and see, it says AD 1965. That's when it got renovated. It goes way back there. I haven't been able to figure out what church originally was here. So, because it's been converted over, I think they said Episcopal, but it was just like, because it says the earth is the Lord, right? So I have to go inside to see where the door is, but this is the door to heaven. It's in there. This is already created, right? It's marked on there on the side of the building right there, right? So it says it goes back to 1876. So you would think it's connected to this church, but these two are rivalries. I didn't get that far in the story, right? So, but this church, this door is connected to the little I guess Baptist church, the white one on 27 out there on Romeo Plank, the one I was at the other night, right? That one, this one is connected to that one. The Lutheran church down there, and this is heritage, this is historically, right? But the story keeps getting added up because, again, God doesn't approve of these guys, right? Our Lutherans have become corporated. So, like, the Catholics, right, they are their own, and my guess is probably Methodist, because, see, this one is connected to a Methodist church. So, I wonder where the Methodist is here. So, because that was a Methodist church, it went to 1700s. So, like, you know what I'm saying, 1700s, and then it went over to, and then it got converted in 2001, right around the time of North Korea and his Marshall Plan. Right, that's why I say, like, he's literally, this is Kennedy too. So, he literally is that, I'm telling you, that matters. And they're robbing Kennedy. So I know John F. Kennedy Jr. is not about poisoning veterans, shooting them up with fucking drugs, seizures, psychotropics. Like, again, that's what these niggers do. Not the Abbey, but I'm talking about Mark Hackle. So Governor Wilmore, Dana Nessel. So again, this is what's happening to our veterans. Well, you know, they're saying Kennedy is giving them millions of dollars for drugs and alcohol. That's Easter seals over there in Clinton Township, across from the Henry Ford Nazi Hospital, right? The one who's literally robbing again. That's the same ones that I said that's robbing the handicap, billing for double blended case management services for which they're not providing. And then on top of it, handicap are being abused because, again, I guess I said, our Lutherans, who are very involved with this, decided to go incorporated. So you know what that means? Oh, that means these niggers, these fucking criminals, get to take their sins up into the church and then bring it to our Jesus. That's why God hates you. You're sickos. So, and they've been on this train wreck forever. This is what they believe in. I believe in, again, every child has the right, every mother has the right. That's Romeo. But I'm praying they have a police department. I'm praying for Washington to get a police department. The problem with Romeo Police Department, you see this? It says Romeo District, Kezar Branch Library. Because we want to remember that. It's very special. So, because again, right across there, there's underground tunnels. And they call it the Romeo Community of Archives. I'm trying to get in there. Right? I said it says 1970. Because, again, like I said, you murdered the natives. Like, this is what Michigan and these clans have been doing from the time of life, right? So, this is our police. This is our, you know, they decided to join Amico, Pit Stop, which is your Middle Eastern, Saudi Arabia countries, right? Mixed in with Pakistan. You know, they decided, like, they get to join our Christian chains, our Christian JESU chains, because mine are connected to Jesus, the baby Jesus. I know his soul and body is in his own heaven, is all in heaven, right? So again, God promised us the Holy Spirit forever, right? And I'm like, I have it. So I have it living in within my womb, and I have it living in my heart with Mother Mary. So I denounce you, Satan. That gives me the ability to say, it's not going to do anything. The reality is dead. That's what you are as a Christian anymore. Because again, Abbas represent Abraham, right? And then, like I said, the Abrahams decided to join the Islamic. So in the greater mission of Israel, right? Well, the rest of us, little people, they literally call us little people. I'm like, okay, first of all, I am a little person, but I love giants. That's what I tell the world. You know, heaven, I'm like, I love the giants. I don't like the little man, and the little man Saint Clement of Rome. I denounce you, Satan. You robbed Agape. You are robbers. Yabba, yabba, gabba, 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 gabbas. Okay, Agape is gabba, 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 abba, abbas. It's so sick. And they go all the way down there, too. Not only to Notre Dame, Indiana. So, and again, the same shit when I was down there, and I spent, you know, I don't know, $10,000, $15,000, right? Because I'm over here dealing with a court case of being fucking, basically, horribly persecuted and attacked by these Christians. You have to remember, that's what these bitches do. They don't care. So again, they don't care about Mother of God. They don't care about Mary Magdalene. They believe they are the kings. So again, bye witches, because again, Jesus has a mother. Her name is Mary. That's his wife. Her name is Mother of God, Mary Magdalene. So that's his wife. You fucking hermits. No, you can't even. It's just sick that you can't even talk about this. Like, you can't talk. You're in America, right? Christian America. But these Christian churches, right, that have doors to heaven, but they don't even understand their doors. They don't. They say, give your life to them. Do not give your life to these churches. I'm telling you. Especially churches that don't even have a cemetery. You're doing a disjustice to your people. A huge disjustice, but they don't care. That's Wellbridge of Romeo. Okay, that's Ford, right? Ford Nazi Health Network Hospitals, right? The same ones that, again, got to crucify me. They stripped me. Like, what gave you the fucking right to strip my cross and my rosary off my body? You're sick asses! That's what they do here. So I say, do not travel here. There's sick asses here. They're so fucking sick. And you're not gonna stop a bunch of old bitches along with niggers that think they get to destroy our Jesus, our heritage, for fucking nigger-ass oil underneath the ground that kills Mother Earth. You are sick asses. That's why I say enjoy it. Enjoy your free ride now. But understand, your free ride is in America. And NATO blood was here first. Before you bitches came here and thought you could just rob our earth. Right? You pay for it in your bullshit stories. So again, God uses me to find these witches. And their fake-ass porta holes that they're sticking us in. You know, that's what they get to do. They get to sit in fucking porta holes, like judgment rooms and shit. I'm like, they have thousands of fucking souls. They're trapped. They're trapped in holes. This fucking bullshit that they get to allow here. Better stop them, because they've been doing this for decades. You're sick asses. That's why I say it. I denounce you saying it. You get the fuck out of our churches. You hear me? Get the fuck out of our churches. You don't belong in our churches. You are sick asses. You believe in raping children. You believe in murdering our fucking veterans. You believe in killing our Jesus. You are drugs. You believe in feeding us alcohol and drugs. That's how sick your asses are. Oh, God. And it's Saturday, so, you know, let's get crumped up with the knickers. No thank you. Chevy, you bitches can't even make cars. But you thought you got to steal lives. You thought you got to steal the lives of, you know, thousands of elders who died in COVID because they killed them so they didn't have to pay their benefits. That's what these bitches do. You see their towers? Oh, yes. Gassy leaks too, niggers! You're fucking evil fucks who do nigger-ass work! So sick asses here. So I'm gonna go down here to this memorial, finish my prayer here, you know. They own everything. This fucking damn oil, and it's Enbridge. It goes back to Enbridge. You know, like, I can't, Enbridge is doing so much over there in Kalamazoo too, that's very close to Marshall. So this is why I say when, you know, see, our pharmacy out of business. Why? Because, again, these same fucking bitches, you know, they get to rob our fucking damn pharmacies. Listen, this is what the universities do. This is what Governor Whitmer does. So if you think Trump is bad because he's over there, again, in war with Iran, because we have to remember we're in war with Iran because Governor Whitmer ran along that fat ass over there in Illinois. You know, they decided they get to be God and murder thousands of people. So again, all that matters is what's in their notes, their hospital records. How do you just kill out? And see, that was the point of making things so, look at that, said Giorgio's. Because I'm thinking of Giorgio Park. That says Giorgio, the one that's not doing business. You know, it's so fucking evil. You know, because now there's this, like I told you, there's different countries that have been part of this French process. right? So that's what I'm saying. The French are evil as fuck, and they're very attached to the Catholics, because like I said, you have Lutherans and you have Catholics. So Lutherans have become very incorporated, literally. I can talk about it, you know. So over there on Romeo Plank, right, Waldenberg, right, and this goes all the way back to Nike. So we're talking about our Cold War, right? This is how far back this lineage is going, right? But we have to remember, they decided, you know, after World War II, and they did the same thing to Russia, right? We decided with the USSO and stuff. I see that out here too. That's why I said a lot of 23s are beneficiaries of the Ukraine war. So when you look at Ukraine on a map and you lift away, because it's not Russia, even though it says Orthodox Russia, right? It's not Russia. So it's like I told you, it's French with the Greece, right? The Greece flag is at these locations of St. John. So now it makes sense. So that's the reason, and there's a connection. There is actually a connection. I don't know if I'll find out, but there's a connection with these churches. So they didn't like me talking about it, right? They don't like me because, again, this bishop, they don't feel like they're part of, and you see, he doesn't have anybody there, right? Because, again, you're not walking in Jesus's faith. I really do like this, right? But you have to remember, they work for a business. So, and I don't work for any business. I work for Mother of God. So, again, speaking straight down from the heaven sky. So, don't have to make up my horrible life. My children are being victimized, raped as we speak, murder as we speak. You know, I mean, I'm not in a position, like, again, this is what the devil does. They separate us from our family. So I know my husband, there's no way in hell. I know I was married to him for 10 years. Okay, we're not married because I'm a lesbian. I know damn well that's not my husband. That would his son out, right? Knowing what the hell his son has been through. A lot of our children have been through hate crimes, of rape, of violence, right? And again, who created that? Our governor. Our governor created this. Our governor has allowed these terrorists to be here to commit their crimes. They own our police department. Our police departments have they love to lie. You see how that says my mom's name first, right? Now we're leaving the POW MIA, right? Which we're not, because I meant to go the other way. So I just hopping on here. See how it says Christopher Columbus Memorial Freeway? Again, I'm not making up stuff. I'm adding them together, right? And Christopher literally goes all the way down. We're not talking about Christopher Columbus who stole America. We're talking about the drunks out there in Algonac and along St. Clair. The ones who will all drown. Again, these bitches out here, they plan on doing that database center, right? I heard the cries of Lake Huron way back in 22, 21. When I'm walking Lake Huron and I'm watching the water recede. We were like, this is when they passed that. So the law that they could be able to sell Lake Huron to bottled water, right? Because again, getting rid of some of this water, right? This is their theory, right? Getting rid of the water will prevent the flooding, right? And so again, do we make it like Alaska, where like everybody gets to make a percentage off of it? Because again, Lake Huron belongs to everybody who lives. You know what I'm saying? The minimum, the residents, right? But I'm like, but let's just say it. No, that stuff goes to, I have to use the bathroom, and there's no bathrooms in Romeo, unless you go in a restaurant. See, that's why also I don't like these nigger-ass gas stations, because they don't have bathrooms. So they believe you get to wear a diaper. That's what these evil bitches, who we call, you know what I'm saying, governor, okay? Don't come here. She'll give you a porta potty. That's what fucking Governor Whitmore get you. Well, again, she collected millions of dollars with her, you know what I'm saying, her abba freaks. Again, allowing these gas stations to do gas wars here. 100% doing gas wars here. And again, they're not putting money into their gas stations. What they get to do is they get to collect money. So that's what happens when Japan decides Japanese. The same ones who believe in aliens, right? The same ones who slaughtered us. They slaughtered us during that during that war. So I cannot tell you how bad our military got slaughtered by Japanese. They were always so more advanced us. They always were. So because again, like I said, it makes sense because if you listen to them, they're witches and they talk to the outer space. So while we're over here just talking to dirt, basically dirt. We're over here talking to Islamic, so because that's where at some point that's what came up in here. So that's what I'm saying. When we have the Abba, they really do think they're Catholics and Christians, like in their twisted head here, keeping us under the umbrella of the crucifixion of Jesus, the crucifixion of Mary Magdalene. Because you have to remember, the French, they get to lie and say Mary Magdalene went to France, dug up a fucking cave, and stayed up in there for a decade. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know, your stories are so ugly, man. So ugly. What, you don't need a wife, huh? Right? You don't need a wife? Well, good luck where you're going then, if you don't think I have a wife. All I know is, again, this woman speaks to a God, right? And you know what she says? Jesus. Okay, Jesus over here. I pray God I was saying that name right, Jizu, because I didn't put it in the thing to hear it. This is how I'm hearing it, Jizu, Jizu. That's how I hear it, Jizu. So, but it might not be that name. I might be saying it wrong. So sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. It took me a while to get Mary Magdalene, even to spell it. And I mean, you know why? And it's because again, Satan, like again, they have, this is the, he gave me this Bible. And so, this is the Bible that I got when I first came to that church. Right. And so, and again, guess what it has on there? December 30th, 1979. So again, to the best of friends and family. So 1979. And so my point is saying this, that's what wanted me. I was brought there. So I was brought there to that church. I had to find that one because that's the out. Like I told you, it goes from the Catholic Church, the Rome one right there, that's owned by the Antichrist, goes all the way down there to New Baltimore, goes all the way down there to Chinatown. You know, it's very connected to DTE. You know, this nigger just put his flicker, but you see that? Get on, Satan. Lucifer. You see him? Motherfucker. He just put his cigarette butt on the ground. Fucking little evil nigger. Just so you know, I didn't twin myself to Satan. I twin myself to Lucifer. Because I can't say, get you, Jesus. Jesus is not going to go get them. But Lucifer happens to love my dirty ass mouth. So, again, you know, just became an American woman. Has been tortured by, you know, evil fucks who call themselves someone of worthiness. But no, they're disgusting here. It's not flicking your fucking cigarette butts on the ground. There's ashtrays, niggers.